When Alex and Maya returned from their honeymoon, they were still wrapped in the warmth of new love. The wedding was behind them, the honeymoon glow still alive, and their tiny apartment felt like the beginning of something beautiful. But as they unpacked their suitcases, another part of married life began to unpack itself: finances. It started innocently, with their first utility bill as a married couple. Maya held it up with a smile. "Should we split this 50-50, she asked, "or just pay it from one account?" Alex shrugged. "I thought we'd just put everything together. Isn't that what married people do?" And in that one question lay the seed of a long journey. Maya had always been the saver. She grew up in a family where money was carefully budgeted, every coin tracked, every bill paid on time. Alex, on the other hand, had seen money flow more freely in his home. If there was enough for what they wanted, they spent it. If not, they worried later. Neither of them realized, until that moment, that they were bringing two very different money stories into their marriage. The first few months were full of small conversations and quiet negotiations. Maya dreamed of saving aggressively for their first house, while Alex, whose car rattled with every start, thought a shiny new one should come first. At times, they laughed about it; other times, silence fell heavy after a disagreement. One Saturday morning, tired of brushing things aside, they spread their bills, bank statements, and student loan balances across the kitchen table. The sight wasn't pretty: credit card debt on one side, student loans on the other, rent, groceries, phone bills. Life was already expensive. For a moment, neither spoke. But slowly, they began to talk not just about the numbers, but about the fears and hopes behind them. Maya admitted she worried about debt strangling their future. Alex confessed that money often made him feel inadequate, like he couldn't always provide. For the first time, they weren't fighting about dollars, they were uncovering each other's truths. That morning became a turning point. They built their first money map together. A budget that covered the essentials, a debt repayment plan that wouldn't leave them gasping, a joint savings account labeled Our First Home, and, importantly, separate little accounts just for fun money so neither felt trapped. It wasn't smooth sailing. There were months when Maya worried Alex had overspent. Times when Alex felt Maya was too strict with the budget. But they learned, step by step, that merging finances wasn't just about numbers, it was about communication. Then, 6 months into their marriage, life threw its first storm. Alex lost his job. One moment he was clocking in, the next he was carrying a box of his belongings out of the office. That evening, he sat on the couch, shoulders slumped, staring at the floor. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I feel like I've failed us." Maya sat beside him, her hand finding his. "This isn't failure. This is life. We'll get through it." And they did. Together, they leaned on the emergency fund they had started months earlier. Maya shouldered the bills, while Alex took time to reskill, applying for better opportunities. It wasn't easy. Tension rose. Tempers sometimes flared, but the hardship taught them resilience. Money, they realized, wasn't just about paying for things, it was about trust. About believing that when one stumbled, the other would carry the weight until balance returned. A year into their marriage, the fruits of their effort began to show. Their debts were shrinking, their savings account was slowly growing. On a quiet Sunday morning, they sat on their balcony with coffee in hand, reviewing their progress. "We're actually doing it," Alex said, scrolling through their joint account. Maya smiled. "Step by step. It feels good, doesn't it? Knowing we're building something together." That moment captured what merging finances after marriage is really about. Not just paying bills or managing debt, but aligning dreams, building a future. Turning to incomes, to histories, and to visions into one shared life. For Alex and Maya, The money conversations never stopped. They kept talking about the house they wanted, the children they might raise, the trips they dreamed of taking. Even retirement seemed less distant when they looked at it as a team. Marriage, they learned, isn't about losing independence, it's about creating interdependence. Money can divide, but when handled with honesty and care, it can unite. Their story became a reminder that love is the foundation, but money is the structure. Together, both can build a home that lasts. And so, from the glow of their honeymoon to the grit of financial storms, Alex and Maya discovered that merging finances wasn't just about numbers on a page. It was about patience, sacrifice, compromise, and trust. It was about building not just a marriage but a partnership for life.